Good morning, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, the 2nd of August. Happy birthday, Esther. Big up yourself. Never ever smell like yourself. Even if I tell you to. Yeah. We love you. Hope you come back soon. But yeah, morning, beautiful people. This is TDA the day after. Your favourite news platform, and it's the home of popular culture as decided by you, the culture. Shouts out the chat niggas. And as usually, we're brought to you by the best of the business. Please introduce yourself.
They call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
All right then, and quickly before we get into everything, remember that we've got a community, a Twitter community. I'm not going to say X because that just feels like an X-rated community. And if I say it, you are definitely going to think it's an X-rated community. Oh shit, what have you done?
Sorry. When you start talking about sex, I just go crazy.
I didn't. But yeah, it's pinned at the top of the chat. Join the community. I've seen a couple of tweets in there. About to get involved soon. Also, because I'm a man of my word, and I told you that I would, yeah, I secured a 15% discount code for you. Yeah. This is serious, brother. I said it. Look, because I used it this morning, you know. Can you tell? Skin is skinning. Skinning out. Listen. So listen, our discount code for Temple is it's www.temple.care/the day after. That's how you activate it. Make sure you use it, improve yourself, improve your skin, all of that good stuff. Everybody all right?
Yeah, man, can't complain, man.
All right.
How you doing?
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. Well rested.
Good.
Ready for the world, man. Ready to go. What about you, Brent? You all right?
I'm all right. Thank you very much.
All right.
What happened?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just very abrupt.
Oh, sorry.
All right, cool. So let's get into our question of the day then quickly. What is one thing you're trying to improve about yourself? I can go because it's in keeping with our intro.
Okay.
My skin.
All right. So you've accepted that it can be improved.
You know what it is? Yeah, man. Like I just always strive for greatness. There's always a next level. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That you can't rest on your laurels. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That. So I'm always looking for that next goal to achieve. And I found it. It's perfection I'm going for. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Listen, the /the day after temple.care. Go get that.
All right.
So that's me.
Improve. See more importance in sleep.
Okay.
Yeah,
It is important, you know.
it is, man. Because I used to think you don't really need as much sleep, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I feel like as you get older and stuff, you know what I mean?
Me doing this lets me know the real importance of sleep. But my sleeping patterns are always messed up. Like even yesterday, I was tired from 9:30. I was tired. A normal person can go to bed, but I'm saying I can't go to bed at 9:30 because I'll be up at 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like I can't sleep for that long.
Yeah.
That's why I usually go to bed at midnight. But I've managed. I think I managed to get to about 10:30 or something like that. And I was like, oh no, I gotta go. I gotta go. I am tired.
Did you wake up early though?
Hey, I always wake up early.
As in like 3, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, probably. That's what I said to my about. But I knew that I could just stay. After that, I'm in bed and I'm just like tossing and turning, always waking up. It's not like a smooth sleep through to the morning. But obviously, I know I got to do it. So I still slept for the most part. I was all right. But yeah, I want to be able to sleep longer, man. I've been doing them 4 or 5 hour stints are not good. Like I want to be able to close my eyes at 9, open my eyes and it's 6 a.m.
6, yeah, 100%.
Like, that would be crazy. And because I stopped burning the weed, the dreams have infiltrated me again, innit? So that's messing me up, man. Don't like dreaming and shit, man. It's long. Like, it's proper long. It's like every time I close, I wake up, like I said, I'm waking up, I'm in and out of sleep. I wake up, go sleep, it's a new movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll just be active throughout this. Yeah, it's long, man. I don't know.
Do you remember all your dreams? Or most of them?
Like, kinda. Like, in the last few days, I'll be waking up and definitely remembering what I'll be dreaming. I feel like I be lucid dreaming. Like I'm in the like I know I'm dreaming, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like I know I'm dreaming. Shit be happening. People are dead, ain't here, and all that. I'm like, no, this ain't right. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm in places that's my home that I ain't never lived in and all that. I'm like, this ain't right. You get me? So I'm very aware of it. I don't know whether that makes me feel like I'm sleeping for longer or sleeping less or whatever. Because even when you're having them and you think like you're in them, people say that the dreams are not really that long, innit? They're quick, innit, or something.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know. But
It's a weird one, though.
I'll be dreaming. What about you, Brent? What's one thing you're trying to improve about yourself?
I think I guess how quickly I get irritated
Okay.
at something that doesn't go my way or in the time in which it is I need for it to go in.
Is that just because of just as a self-awareness and think it's an improvement, or has it been? Have you noticed it affecting you? If that makes sense.
It's how it affects me. Because I might be hasty doing something, and then it has detrimental effects because of what I've done or said. So if I'm more controlled with my emotions, then that may not happen so quickly, so often.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think I'm in my head. My brain works a certain speed, innit? And I've placed certain processes in a particular sequence, given like a time for it to be done in, and when it's not done, I think I convince myself that something or somebody has failed, and I've also convinced myself that this is the best way in which it needs to be done. So if it's like somebody externally has like done something, I get vexed because now you're destroying the plan.
Okay,
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So then I get frustrated. It's like, what are you doing? But I need to realize that I'm not in control. God is in control. Do you understand? And I don't mean that in a throwaway comment type of a way, because I realize after the fact it doesn't serve me anyway. Do you understand?
You're frustrated and shit.
Yeah.
Do you realize that sometimes what happens as a result of all these things is sometimes better as well, or is it?
That's also that's what what I'm also saying. But I obviously didn't articulate that properly. It's because I'm in a rush to basically. So yes, sometimes that age-old chestnut of it all works out in God's plan at this and next comes true, or I'm walking in it, and then I'm thinking, imagine this was even a better outcome than it previously was. Do you understand? So sometimes I'm also like wary of not just saying, let me just sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. 'Cause that's not that's not the opposite of what it is I'm suggesting. But there should be a way for me to basically control certain of my irritations. Yeah. So that's the main thing that I guess this particular season of improvement for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then, cool. Let's get into our headlines.
All right, so our first headline, Sunak is back in the news. Remember yesterday we were talking about this new tax on alcohol, right? So Rishi Sunak has been heckled during a visit to the Great British Beer Festival in central London. As the Prime Minister was pulling a pint to promote his changes to alcohol tax, a Publican by the name of Rudy Kaiser shouted out, "Prime Minister, oh, the irony that you're raising the alcohol duty on the day that you're pulling a pint." Mr. Kaiser later spoke to the BBC and he was like, "Look, I wasn't expecting to see the Prime Minister here, but when I saw him, it really did rile me up." Earlier, Mr. Sunak defended the new system as inherently more sensible. Speaking to reporters, he said he was radically simplifying the system to ensure that the less alcohol in a drink, the lower the tax imposed. Under the changes, duty will rise overall, particularly on wine and spirits, but it will fall on lower alcohol drinks, most sparkling wine. Next headline: an MP who was suspended for breaking COVID lockdown rules has lost their seat after a vote by constituents. A by-election will now take place after 11,896 people in Rutherglen and Hamilton West signed a petition to remove Margaret Ferrier from office. She has sat as an independent MP after being kicked out of the SNP in 2020. Ferrier travelled to London and spoke in the Commons whilst awaiting the result of a COVID test. Then she got a train home after testing positive. The petition to remove her was signed by almost 15% of the 81,124 eligible constituents, passing the 10% threshold, which triggers a by-election. Ms. Ferrier confirmed on Tuesday that she would not seek re-election. And in the statement, the MP said, "I respect the outcome of the petition. It has been a privilege of my life to serve as the Member of Parliament for Rutherglen and Hamilton West. I have always put my job and my constituents first, and I'm disappointed that this will now come to an end." And the last headline takes us to America, man. Trump is back in the news. The former US President Donald Trump has been criminally charged with plotting to overturn his 2020 election defeat. He is accused of 4 counts, including conspiracy to defraud the US, tampering with a witness, and conspiracy against the rights of citizens. The indictment caps an inquiry into events surrounding the January 6, 2021 riot on the US Capitol. Mr. Trump, who's 77 now, and who is again running for president, he denies any wrongdoing. And on social media, he called the case ridiculous. He's already charged in 2 other cases with mishandling classified files and also falsifying business records to cover up a hush money payment to a porn star. The election investigation has focused on Mr. Trump's actions in the 2-month period between his loss and the riot in Washington, D.C., where his supporters stormed Congress as lawmakers certified Democratic President Joe Biden's victory. The man leading the inquiry, the U.S. Justice Department appointed Special Counsel Jack Smith, said on Tuesday evening that the attack on our nation's capital on January the 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies.
Is he actually running again?
Yeah. That's his plan anyway.
I thought you weren't getting support from the Republicans.
He's not fully getting support. It's looking like it might be DeSantis, but
Okay.
we don't know yet. But he's still trying.
Okay.
Still trying.
All right then. So, all right, let's get into Wellness Wednesday.
No.
What?
Yeah.
He said 2 headlines, Emmanuel.
No.
You said after, bro.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get into brothers. I thought you said throw in another headline as well.
Yeah, because remember you said do wellness and straight topic of the day. And you said no, put another headline in.
Okay.
We've heard the saying, forgive and forget, but how can you forgive without forgetting, or vice versa? When you think back to a time where someone did you wrong, the feelings you get within that moment come rushing back. All of a sudden, you're either angry, upset, or in disbelief that this actually happened, which, by the way, is completely normal. Now let's make this a bit more relatable. There are many times that you may have made choices and maybe created moments that you actually regret. Don't you think you ought to forgive yourself? You may be thinking, okay, voice woman, seeing as you know so much, what does forgiving oneself look like? Well, let me try and help you out. The first step is responsibility. This means acknowledging your mistake out loud and understanding your emotions whilst accepting responsibility for what happened. Second step is remorse. Take the right steps to apologise and remedy the situation. Next up, we have restoration. Quit playing the tape and get rid of those negative thoughts. Look for ways to learn from the experience. And finally, we have renewal. This means showing kindness and compassion to yourself whilst also moving past the experience and doing better. We are often our own worst critics, and whilst we find it so easy to judge, condemn, and punish ourselves, it's just as important to forgive and love ourselves. So take this as your reminder to heal within and forgive your past sins. We've heard this.
Okay. Forgiveness. Are you big on forgiveness?
I am, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What about you, Brent? You seem like you like to hold a grudge.
Me?
I was just playing.
Is that what you really think?
No.
Okay.
So are you big on forgiveness?
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's for forgiving, forgetting. You know what it is? I can forgive you, but sometimes things happen, yeah, and sometimes people do things, yeah, and it just changes the whole dynamics of your relationship. You know what I'm trying to say? And like forever, moving forward. So even if you say that you forgive them, if you can't get back to factory settings, have you really? Like, if that's what I'm questioning. I'm asking.
So you're asking, is it really forgiveness if it is that you can't forget it, and not forgetting
necessarily
it
forget, but
holds some
Because
vestige of
if the dynamics has changed now, moving
Yeah.
forward, like I saw you one way, and now I see you another way, and even if we'll still be cool, still have a relationship, still whatever, but now I see you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't what it was before. Is that proper forgiveness? Like,
Ooh, so what you're asking is, does forgiveness mean completely erasing
yeah,
the effect it had at the time in which it was perpetrated,
yeah,
so that it just resets
Yeah.
and you go back to before?
yeah.
I don't think that's what forgiveness means.
Okay.
And I do believe, and one element of forgiveness might be that. Because, like, for example, if it is Jesus forgives you, then he's basically saying that's what my forgiveness looks like.
Yeah.
But maybe that is a true form of forgiveness, where it doesn't hold weight still after you've forgiven them.
That's what I would think. But
We're human beings. I don't think it's as easy as that. I think it's for us to practice doing that.
yeah,
I have trouble feeling the same way the next morning. Like, I can't hold on to a feeling of not liking the person or not wanting to talk to the person, especially if it is that they're close to me.
yeah,
After a day's gone, like when I go to sleep and I wake up, like I can't sleep. I'll be restless.
yeah.
So I need to basically get it
Get
off.
rid of the
Yeah. Especially if it is I value the person. So in essence, my grace extends. But I guess it's hard if it is it's repeated
Yeah,
over
yeah,
and
yeah,
over
yeah,
and
yeah,
over
definitely.
and over. You start questioning yourself after that. If it is that you're like a punching bag or something.
Yeah, because I feel like I've got the capacity to forgive, but depending on what's happened, it's like my forgiveness is okay, cool. I'm not gonna destroy, like totally burn down the relationship. We can still have some kind of relationship. There's something there, whatever. But there's things that, but if it's like I'm saying, like I know people for who they are, innit? So it's just something that I can accept. Like if you've done something that I didn't like, and I'm really like, this is you are. It's like, okay, I can accept them for who they are. This is what they are. At least I know this is what they're capable of, whatever. So not to allow them to shock me in the first, like to shock me again or surprise me again, and can still maintain the relationships. I'm saying that is the forgiveness because we're still here, innit? But I still don't. But I still won't look. I don't look at you the same no more though. So I'm saying, is it proper?
I believe people can change. Do you believe people can change?
What is in their core?
Yeah.
Like people can. It's not like change. People can mature, and their situations change, so it allows them to. Because people can be flexible. See what I'm trying to say? Like, and so it allows them to have some kind of semblance of change or react differently in certain situations or do what like needs must. But I think people are who they are, man.
What does that mean?
Like you are who you are, man. Like how much are you really gonna change? Like again, like things might happen. Like so, there's more jeopardy in the world. You might get kids. Things might happen. So you have to change. And if you're a sensible person, think like things might happen. So you have to change and you have to develop. But I'm saying like who you are as a person, I don't know if it.
No, I think it's my fault because I've asked you like an umbrella question. So if I'm specific at certain characteristics and traits, you might answer differently for each. For example, do you believe that based on the affinity somebody has with you, the bond, the connection, they could wake up the next morning and try to not do the thing that hurts you, that you communicated with them the previous day? And then, again, each time, they might be doing it to everybody else. But knowing full well that you don't like it, they now look to not do it to you. And that speaks to your people don't change, but it also speaks to, with you, they care about
enough
that.
to
Yeah.
I believe
Do you
they
understand?
can. Yeah.
So in that sitting, two things can be true.
Yeah.
Go on,
No, I was going to say maybe something different. Like, do you think maybe forgiveness should be viewed almost like, say you've wounded your hand now, your hand's become disfigured, you're losing 2 fingers now, right? But it's healed. But now you have to now live life with this hand that's got now 3 fingers. And so you have to make those adjustments. So yeah, your relationship isn't the same anymore. But because of the fact that I love you, I care about you, we now have to have a new relationship based on this new thing that we have now. You know what I'm saying? Rather than expecting it to go back to the very beginning when there was no wound.
I get that. That's what I was saying. That's still a form of forgiveness. If you're allowing the relationship to maintain change, even under the new dynamics, that I guess you are.
I think I like that because it speaks to you as much as it speaks to them also, because you're now operating under new parameters. You've also changed how you decide to allow such and such for the nurturing of that particular friendship. So it boils down to how much do you actually care about the person.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I definitely got the capacity to forgive then, I guess. All right, that's cool. Let's get into our next headlines.
Okay.
All right, so our next headline takes us to America, where the US government's credit rating has been downgraded following concerns over the state of the country's finances and its debt burden. Fitch, which is one of 3 major independent agencies that assess creditworthiness, downgraded it from the top rating of the AAA rating to a notch lower to an AA+, right? Fitch said it had noticed a steady deterioration in governance over the last 20 years. The US Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, called the downgrade arbitrary. It was based on outdated data from the period between 2018 to 2020. This is what she's saying anyway. Investors use credit ratings as a benchmark for judging how risky it is to lend money to a government. The US is usually considered a highly secure investment because of the size and the relative stability of the economy. However, this year saw another round of political brinkmanship over government borrowing. In June, the government succeeded in lifting the debt ceiling to $31.4 trillion, but only after a drawn-out political battle, which threatened to push the country into defaulting on its debts. When Congress returns from its summer recess, lawmakers will have to work to reach an agreement on next year's budget before the end of September to prevent a government shutdown. Next headline, a bit of a trigger warning here. And ministers have warned that thousands of women in Africa will die in pregnancy and childbirth as a result of cuts to the UK's overseas aid budget. According to an internal assessment by civil servants, almost 200,000 more women will also face unsafe abortions. Their report reveals the impact of cuts this year to the overseas aid budget. The Foreign Office says its budget for low-income countries has been cut in the short term to hit a savings target, but will then nearly double. The internal document says 76% cut in aid for Afghanistan will lead some of the world's most vulnerable women and girls without critical services, and 500,000 women and children in Yemen will not receive healthcare. The conclusions come in an assessment made by Foreign Office civil servants earlier this year to inform ministers before they decided what to cut. And the last headline takes us to Africa, where there's a bit of a back and forth, kind of result of the whole Niger coup. And the first French flight evacuating Europeans from Niger has arrived in Paris with 262 people on board. France began evacuating its citizens from Niger amid anti-French sentiment following last year's coup. The coup has prompted demonstrations against the former colonial power, with the French embassy coming under attack. However, France says it has no plans to repatriate about 1,000 French soldiers stationed there as part of efforts to counter Islamist militants. Germany has urged its nationals to take up France's offer to help other Europeans, and Italy is also organising a flight. It comes as the juntas in Burkina Faso and Mali warned that any forcible attempt to restore the ousted president would be seen as a declaration of war. The two neighbours, also former French colonies, have both moved away from France and towards Russia after staging their own coup in recent years. Their warning marks a significant twist that could escalate the volatile situation in the region battling an Islamist militant insurgency. For those who don't know, Niger is rich in uranium, right? And it has been a key Western ally in the fight against jihadist extremism in the Sahel. Both France and the US have military bases there. After Mali's military leaders chose to partner up with the Russian Wagner mercenaries in 2021, France moved the center of its regional counter-terror operations to Niger. And it's time to pay the bills.
All right, let's get into what you saying topic of the day.
All right, so today's topic of the day is going to be a bit of a random one, nice, short and sweet one. Might throw a few different questions in there. But the first question I want to hit you guys with is, why do we laugh when people fall down?
Because it's funny.
Okay, but why though? Why is that funny?
Because I don't know, people always want to laugh at other people's downfalls. You know what I'm trying to say? I think you instantly put yourself in that position and you understand like the embarrassment and stuff that's there, that's felt. And then because it's not you, you can instantly look at it from a different angle, innit? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because if it's happened to me, some people can laugh at themselves. It's like, if it happened to me, I would be laughing. But like, you automatically are aware of the situation that this person's in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And then because it's not you, you're afforded to see the funny side of it, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? That people always laughing at other people's downfalls and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if it's a human nature thing. I don't know.
Do you think people are like intrinsic, like haters?
Yeah.
Because it's like some people will continue laughing if that person is proper hurt, you know?
Yeah, see,
you know what I'm saying?
Once, if you see someone's hurt themselves and like I'm talking like proper hurt themselves, yeah, especially if you're there, then your concern should override the humor, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? That that's just human nature. Like, unless you have to be cold-blooded to still be laughing at someone when you can see that they're in real jeopardy here. Like, this ain't a joke no more. It's not funny. Like, okay, haha, it was funny. They dropped. No, well, 1 second, this person's down bad. That's when human nature should take over, no? And just be like, see if we can help you or something like that.
Should do. But what if that laugh is so... It's got you. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'll get my shit off first. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'll finish, but then afterwards, I would come and help to show that, like, even though I was laughing, they ain't got nothing to do. That's not my fault. That shit was funny. But aside from all of that, I'm not a piece of shit. Let me see if I can help you. Obviously, you might be like, go away, don't help me. You was laughing. But... Nah, if someone's in danger, automatically, like danger as well, like this is like serious bad. Automatically, the humor's gone from the situation, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even. It's not funny no more.
Okay.
There's nothing to laugh at. When you see people drop in public, do you laugh?
Not really, you know. I think it depends though. It depends because I remember being in the gym, and like some woman, I don't know what she was doing. Maybe she couldn't keep up with what's the thing called, man?
Treadmill.
Yeah, the treadmill. And you know, like how you see on social media where someone like maybe loses their footing and they somersault on it. It's happened to her, man. And she landed on her back. And you know, the treadmill takes you off as well, innit?
Yeah.
So yeah, she's running. I don't know what happened. I just saw it in the corner of my eye. I saw the 360 land on the back, and then the treadmill took her off the treadmill, and then she was on the floor, innit? And somebody came to her rescue.
So you didn't help her?
No, I was too far.
You didn't help her?
I was too far.
You didn't. What did you do?
I think I called someone.
You're a piece of shit, man. That's mad.
Oh, man.
I struggle. I can't hold my laughter back. Like I don't know how to. If something's funny, I laugh. I've seen people drop right next to me in the street, and everybody, and I'm cracking up, like busting up. I don't know. They might want to fight me because I'll be laughing. If I see something funny, I'm gonna laugh. I've heard it's unhealthy. I think there's actually there's a condition you can get if you hold back laughter.
Oh, serious?
No, but that's what I've been telling myself because it's just the way I'm set up. I can't hold it back.
All right. What do you think?
I think it depends on who the person is. Like if they're afraid and whatnot, they're not going to understand that my laughter is to make them feel comfortable whilst it is I come and ask them if they're right. Do you understand?
Yeah.
How they drop, I think that's also important. Because in my head, I would like people to laugh at me if I drop. Because I will be laughing at myself. But I know that doesn't extend to everybody.
That's true.
So if the person's frail, if the person's inebriated, I don't know if it is I'm bending up laughing. You're right, man.
Probably thinking about the woman still doing the flip.
You know, it is.
And you saw that and you didn't laugh. That's what you want us to believe now.
That was to do with it.
This is what you want us to believe now. You saw that happen in your face and you didn't laugh.
You know, it is. I'm laughing about something else, isn't it? Like, I'm not gonna say it happened to my dad.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. Oh gosh. My next question, yeah. Sorry, man. Go on,
No,
continue.
that's right.
My next question was gonna be, something happened to your parents, yeah, where it's like, you know, you shouldn't laugh, but you just laughed. You can't hold it.
He's got tears in his eyes, you know.
Yeah, I know. If only you knew the context of why he's laughing so hard.
Oh man.
I don't know if it is I could laugh at my parents' downfall or misfortune.
Why saying it like that?
I don't know.
Oh man.
You have to tell me what.
If
what
they
in
wasn't
particular?
hurt,
Yeah.
like if they wasn't hurt, then because all laughs are equal for me, man. They can fly. Anybody can get it. You get me? Like if something funny happens to my mum and my dad because they tripped and buckled, yeah, I would definitely laugh. But I don't. My mum would laugh.
Oh man.
It's hard for me because I'm picturing my father looking to fall. My father is a strong man. He's been that for forever. I've always seen him as the paradigm of strength, right? The bastion of strength. So for him to be in that particular way, like he would have to be down bad. Do you understand? And how he would fall, it would be like hit his head or fall in his chest like that. And then you'd hear him like doing a noise where you don't associate him with that, like whimpering. I can't laugh at that.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, but because there's levels, especially when your family's involved, like like walking down the steps, dropping down the steps, something like that. Like if you see it, you would instantly know the level to what this is, isn't it? And again, when there's danger and stuff like that, which you are aware of, you don't get it. He's gonna laugh either way. He's moving like he's sick.
I'm projecting my father's current state into this particular thought. That's why I'm seeing what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In his younger days, 100%, I might have been able to basically laugh because I probably didn't like him then.
Yeah, but I feel like even in his older state, if you watch it play out, you could instantly judge whether this is serious or not. Whether this was just a little buckle and it's funny, ha ha ha, daddy dropped, or if this is oh shit, he's hurt, he's in pain, very rare, innit?
No, I guess I'm projecting his current state into this mix.
Yeah.
He's been in hospital a few times. Do you
Okay,
understand? So
I'm with you. Yeah.
that I can't picture it. You
Okay
understand?
then. Okay.
But that's
I'm
on
with
me.
that. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think I would, like I'm saying, I'd instantly do a risk assessment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like instantly. So risk assessment. Okay, how bad is this? Like, this is. Put the camera on him, please.
Because he still pictures his father. You
I'm
don't
sorry.
understand.
Do you know what it is? It's not even like something bad happened. Like You know, I'll tell the story, innit?
Thanks.
Like, the thing is, it may not even be that funny to you guys at all, right?
Doesn't need to be.
But it was just like, basically, my brother, you know that show? I think, is the guy known? I can't remember. Yeah, he must be known. But basically, the concept of the show is you've got the hottest chicken wings. And he's got bare people on it, like Idris Elba, Kevin Hart. And basically, it goes up in hotness, right? So, like, he asks you different questions, this, that, and third, right? For those people who, like, thingy, right? So anyway, the hottest one, my brother, he's seen that hottest hot sauce, somewhere and bought it. And he's put it in the fridge, innit? So my dad's come home one day.
Wow.
This is what I'm saying.
Wow.
So my dad's come home one day, Obviously, my brother's not done this for any type of... He just bought it to think, let me actually see what this is like, innit? But he's aware. So obviously, he's going to approach the hot sauce with caution. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My dad's not aware now. So I think my dad's hungry. He's done something. I don't know if he's got chicken wings himself or something. And he's put this all over his food, innit?
Well, I marinated it.
Everything. And he's tucked in. And I think this was one of those slow burners, innit? So then after some time, he's thinking, what's going on? And he's sweating. And then I think my brother's in the house, I'm not too sure. And he's going around.
I've seen this fight. I know.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. And then obviously the water's not doing the job, innit? So I think he might have drank, I don't know, like
It's
20.
milk, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he probably drank everything in the fridge. Different things. Like, I don't know. From bloody milk to water to the bloody vegetable stock. I don't know. Whatever's in the fridge. And then I think it subsided, but after that, his next move was just to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I've come in at the bedtime. So it's in the afternoon. It's not bedtime. And I heard it, I've cracked up laughing. But I think my brother said to me, I was so worried that I had to go and check on him every now and again, make sure he was breathing. Like,
So it was that bad?
At the end, yeah. I wasn't laughing at that part. But yeah.
Those hot sauces now are not a joke. I done one of them, and if you ate one of them by surprise, Zach, and not knowing, the sky, as far as you're concerned, the sky ain't blue.
That's what I'm saying to you. Imagine, look how much he had. Oh, man.
I hear that you get delirious after a while.
What on them?
Is it not that hot? You still have your wherewithal about you?
I'll be honest with you, you can't. It does. It messes up your whole equilibrium, man. Like you can't concentrate, bro. You can't do nothing, and all that milk and stuff is doing ice cream. Like it's not helping. The water's like it's making it worse. If it's a proper hot sauce, like one of them wicked evil ones, it's like it develops, bro.
This is it.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's like it develops as it's going along. Like it's just developing. It's just getting stronger, like a Saiyan. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just, and you don't know what to do, like to make it stop. You don't know what to do. Yeah, it's horrible, man. I can't even lie to you. It's absolutely horrible.
Oh, man.
So we got this, you see? Boom.
So yeah, man. That's why, like, every now and again, if that comes up in my brain, I'm kind of gone. But yeah. Next question, yeah. Very random question, yeah. Do you like plants?
Sorry, what?
Do you like plants? Like green plants?
Oh, not planting.
No. We can go up to that after. Yeah. Plantain, though. It's not plant.
Oh, my God. I mean, I don't mind them. I'm not like a... I wouldn't mind a bit of greenery in my yard.
Okay.
For the oxygen and thing. You get me? And the ambience and just the look. So I tried to be like a little plant babes, but that was like last summer. There was my place was getting too hot, and I needed I maybe got the wrong plants in the wrong conditions because they couldn't hack it. Them plants died, and then I just haven't got any. I haven't got any new ones, but I don't mind plants. Why are you telling me?
No, it's just a random question, man. 'Cause I was just thinking, yeah. A lot of time people do act like putting in plants is the best thing. You know what I'm saying? It changes up like you said, I don't know, the feng shui of the room and this, that, and the third, right? But then a lot of the time, people put in fake plants.
I don't get that.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just for decoration.
Yeah, I think the fake plants is literally just for the look, just literally just aesthetics. I would be of the mindset that, I mean, I get it if you can't maintain it and you don't want it to die and boom, boom, but I would be of the mindset that the beauty in like a flower is the realism and the nature and like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like having a plastic one, it's not really gonna hit for me. Like it's like cubic zirconium. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't get it.
But if you look at cubic zirconium now from far away, it might do the same job.
Yeah, but then
If you're not focusing on the plant.
yeah, but then like innit, like if I think with stuff like that, if you like it and I can't explain what I'm trying to say, man. If you like the look of the diamonds and stuff like that, yeah, ain't there? I guess it's just aesthetics, yeah, but ain't there something to like the fact that it's a diamond, like it's? Do you get what I mean? Like it actually really is that. That's what you're placing stock in. You get what I'm trying to say? Like so, then when you go and get cubic zirconium, this is kayfabe. This is you get what I'm trying to say? Like this is not real. It's a hoax. It's a phony. It's a cheap copy of the thing. So that's what. Again, I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but I like the realism of it, innit? Like the fact that the plant is doing that, the fact that it can grow, it can die, you have to look after it, you got to water it and all these kind of things. These things, I feel like to me anyway, I feel like it all means something, innit? Like just having a plastic plant there, it's just it's just an idiot thing. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, when you mentioned the whole growing and stuff like that, like I definitely understand that because obviously you've seen the different stages of its development. You know what I'm saying? And I guess because it's a living thing, kind of responds somewhat to its environment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Petals shoot out and do different things, all that type of stuff. But when you mentioned the whole thing about the diamond though, that made me think about that clip that was going around with the whole Payless shoes, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like using that same type of thing, right, that all that matters is kind of what you think about a thing? Because at the end of the day, these people was willing to pay £600 for shoes that really cost £40 because they thought it was designer.
Yeah, but I think those people they're super materialistic, I think, and like them pretentious kind of people, and they don't put value. They never put no value on the shoe and the design or whatever. It was on the perception of it, on the value of it, or maybe if it's the designer's name or how much it cost, and then what that would say when they're wearing it, what people will see them in it in the shoe that costs £600. Like that's probably what they're speaking to, their social standing and whatnot. That wasn't for the love of the shoe. They wasn't looking at them shoes thinking, oh, these are the best shoes I've ever seen in the world. Because then when they told you they're £35, you don't see the shoe the same way no more. Yeah, so that's not necessarily that's not genuine to me, like, if that makes sense. Like, and obviously I'm not really like materialistic like that. I'm not like if I like the shoe, I like the shoe. If it costs £30 and I think it's cold, I'd get it. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? And if it costs £600, I'd have to really think it's cold to get it. Yeah. Like I'm not just getting that because it costs £600 and it's made by Dior or this one or that one. I'd have to genuinely think these are cold and worth that money, this transaction. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That those people are sick. They was in the shop hyping like these
crazy.
They're sick. Yeah, man. So yeah, I think that's a bit different. Those people are not. They're not really here for the quality ever. It's just a perception, isn't it? It's just what it'd be made to see and what people are gonna look at. Like that's why a lot of people when they wear these brands and stuff like that, they don't really care. That's why they'll spend £400 on a t-shirt that says just Balenciaga on it in plain writing. It's not because they think it's a cold t-shirt. It's not because Balenciaga's got cold quality and whatnot. It's because it's instantly recognizable. Yeah. Someone's going to look at it, see that that's Balenciaga, know that the t-shirt's hundreds of pounds, and then automatically put them on a different standing in it. Like have a perception about them, judge them, whatever it may be, but you know what's going to come with it, innit? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? That because if it just said Primark on it in big and it was the best quality t-shirt in the world, I don't think you're going to wear it like that. You know what I'm trying to say? That so then people don't. That's all. That's all for a purpose. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay. So in that sense, then, say if you were somebody who cared about that, or at least strategically thought to yourself, you know what, this kind of enhances my image for the overall agenda that I have, the overall goal, yeah. Would you then say to yourself, even though you care about the quality and it being authentic, would you go out of your way to say, you know what, let me just buy a cheap one, a fake one? Not a cheap one, a fake one.
A fake one.
Yeah.
This is thing for me, yeah. My mindset is, yeah, because everybody trying to fake it till they make it, yeah. It's each to their own, isn't it? Everybody's gonna do what they're gonna do, yeah. I'd have more respect, or no, I don't know if respect's the right word or whatever, but I probably could understand more, like, rich people who have it buying fake things.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because they don't put no stock in it. It's like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Rather than you not being able to afford it and then buying the fake thing.
Yeah.
I think that's two totally different.
things.
There could be a fake Balenciaga t-shirt, yeah, and you got one person who can't afford no Balenciaga but wants to project this image of money and wealth and whatnot, and wearing that fake t-shirt. I think that's scummy, if that makes sense. Like, grow up, man. Like, stay in your lane, man. You know what I'm trying to say? To the exact same t-shirt, a billionaire wearing it. It's like, they could buy Balenciaga if they want.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, who gives a shit whether the t-shirt's thing or not? Because, and I don't know whether that's right or not, but that would probably be my thinking behind it.
What if then, okay, where do you rank these people? So like you said, the rich person can afford it, but they buy a fake, right? And then you've got the person who can't afford it, but they buy a real. And they buy a fake, right? They're down there, right? Where do you rate the person who can't afford it, but buys a real?
They need to get their priorities in order. But I guess there's something commendable about their integrity, maybe. I don't know how I'm trying to say it. Like if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it proper, even though they know they can't, kind of thing. Is there something to be said for that? I'd be of the mindset like, if you can't afford it, allow it. You know what I'm trying to say? That because it's just going to be detrimental to you in the long run. And it's like, what are you doing this for anyway? But it's each to their own. You can't really question what makes them happy or what they want to do in it. You know what I'm trying to say? So maybe there'll be because they didn't steal it. They went and got it, and by any means necessary. Even though they're saying that they can't afford it, but they still went and done it. So it's like, more power to you, innit? If this is what makes you happy and this is what you want to do, then go off, man. But I would still advise you to allow that and say you're worried about the wrong things. You know what I'm trying to say? Go concentrate and put your efforts into something different. Go and change your situation so you can afford them luxuries. You know what I'm trying to say? Because especially if you're doing all this stuff, but then it's affecting your life. I don't know if you got kids or something like that. I don't know. Say I don't know. People are missing meals for food and because you want to buy expensive clothes, or maybe your living situation's not the best. Your home's not done up and stuff like that, but you want to be spending hundreds of pounds on clothes. So when you go out, you look a certain way, feel a certain way. You don't need to get your priorities in order.
100%.
That's what I would tell them. I think they'll definitely get their priorities in order.
But you would still say you put them above the person who can't afford but buys the fake. Because in my mind, I'm thinking
they're more sensible.
Yeah. Because you both got the same plan.
Yeah.
You want to appeal to the same audience.
Yeah.
You want to look a particular way. But this person said, I can't afford it. Hey, let me buy the Balenciaga for £40. It's fake. Fine. Let me buy the Rolex for, I don't know, £150. But people think it's 20K. Rather than the guy who's gone to get bloody a loan at 8% to buy the Rolex that he can't afford.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And put himself in debt, buy a real Balenci t-shirt, costs bloody £400, can't afford it, struggling on his rent.
Well,
and then you end up in the same party, have the same great night. Maybe you both got great conversation. You both get the same business cards. Fine.
Yeah.
This guy is a lot better off. And nobody's the wiser.
Yeah, in that sense, then I hear where you're coming from. But then also, it there's also levels in it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because then everybody's. You can play by whatever, like whatever hands dealt in it. Like, you set your rules for your life, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do in it. And if you want to fake it till you make it, that's on you in it. But it's like, so if you're doing that and I can't tell, then more power to you. But there's some people that are wearing some bad fakes, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then it's like,
yeah, that's terrible.
It's like we can see, like it's not. This ain't doing what you think you're doing.
Not at all.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like this ain't it.
Yeah.
Like, so in that case, it's like, but if you're walking around looking like a psychopath, it's like them people that wear them big fake chains and that, and they're flexing, and it's like, obviously I get it. You wanted to get that, you wanted to have that feeling and that impression of jewelry and be shining and all that, yeah. But you like a bloody cheap Christmas tree, brother. Like, this is not like anybody with sense can see that this ain't real. Like, are you getting what you want from it? Is this serving the purpose? I don't understand. But again, everybody's different, innit? It's not my place to judge anybody, man. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you sleep at night. Yeah. More power to you, innit? Because we just pass on our opinions. Whatever strangers think you, whatever other people think you, don't even matter, innit? So if you can look in the mirror and like I've said, you can sleep at night and you're at peace with your fugazi jewelry and thing, then yeah, it's not really my place to say anything, to be totally honest then. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? And then, yeah, speaking back to what you said, maybe the person that is getting the fakes and living within their means is probably more better or more sensible than the person who can't afford it and taking out loans and killing themselves to wear all this Louis Vuitton and they ain't got no carpet in their yards and thing. Crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that's a thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you'd be surprised how many people's yard you go in and they ain't got carpet, Kitty. And I'm not even trying to send no shots at anybody because everybody's situation is different. You might be in a transition period or whatever. I don't know, but I'm just saying, innit?
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
Like, again, I'm not trying to, no offense to anybody, but there's a lot of people who outsidely present in tip-top shape, big bankrolls, spending all this money rich to the tear, and
yeah. No, it's facts. It's facts, man. It's facts. But then, because, is this maybe a step too far? Do you feel like the person who can't afford it but buys the fake is kind of exactly the same as the rich person who can afford it but buys the fake?
No.
Don't they have the same sort of business acumen? Isn't the one who buys the fake because he can't afford the fake eventually, maybe, potentially, gonna end up being a rich person?
Yeah, see, the options are different, innit?
Okay.
And I would assume that the person who can't afford it but buying the fakes, again, has a goal or something that they want to achieve. If they reach their targets, bro, it's good riddance to those fakes. Don't you see that? Or not? Like, if they get there, bro, they're not. They struggled. They wore all these fake. This is what they was grinding for. They couldn't wait for the day that they can go and walk into the Gucci store.
Yeah, that's true.
And shut it down. You know what I'm trying to say? That. So if they hit their targets, bro, then fakes are done. Then fakes are gone.
But then if that person hits their targets, like you said, right, and realizes, wait a minute, I did this with fakes. Like, why do I really need? Because at the end of the day, like you're saying, right, yes, there is obviously going to be a certain quality over, let's just say, a Primark or whatever it may be, because I don't know, they use maybe heavier materials, this, that, and the third, right? But there are some fakes where it's like they're made in the same factory. Yeah. So if this person can acquire the same fakes, right? Fakes, and it's of a certain quality, and he's realized from point A to B, right, where he's actually got to where he wants to get to, without the real stuff. When he's now rich, why change? Why not be like the guy who's rich from the beginning and chose the fakes?
Because he's not like the guy who's rich, and that dream is what's been driving you, innit? Okay. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's all part of the journey. So if you've been striving towards something and you knowing that it's fakes, and necessarily not wanting to wear the fakes, but having the acumen to say, this is what suits me best, and boom, 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 boom. I feel like all that work you put in, all that bloodshed and tears and all this kind of stuff, like, when you reach your destination, you want some kind of, you get me? That's the fulfillment, innit? Like, that's what's gonna validate you and say, I've made it, I've done it. And then maybe after you experience it for a bit and then you realize that it's all trivial shit and it's nothing, then you might can revert to what got you there in the first place and say, actually, I don't even need to do all this. You know what I'm trying to say? I still got my fake link plug and it's still working the same.
Yeah.
It's good quality. Let me go back. But I feel like you're going to indulge a little bit because, your options are different. The richest person's got a different mentality from that, innit? So they can afford to do that. They've been in that position their whole life, innit? They don't hold no stock in those materialistic things.
Yeah.
Whereas you wanting to change your life, wanting to change the situation, wanting to get them things, that's been the driving force behind you working and stuff, innit? So when you get there, when you do something, you're gonna celebrate. Anybody who's been down, but not just down at a bad, but like working towards something, got ambition, but just know that the situation ain't where they want to be in their life and what they want to do, yeah? When you work through that and fight there and then get to the other side, you have to have some kind of...
Yeah, it's true.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? That celebration, or what was it all in aid of?
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? That's what I think. I don't know.
I guess maybe in that celebration, they may choose differently what they buy. They may buy a real Rolex,
Yeah.
but stay with the fake tees. Because the Rolex is an investment, potentially. You know what I mean? The tees.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, even if someone's smart enough to do that, I get what you're saying. I feel like there's, even if they mix and match or whatever, I think there will still be some kind of splurge somewhere, innit?
Yeah, that's true.
Just like I'm saying, that's what will validate your efforts and make you feel like, I've arrived.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that and your situation ain't changed, you're still doing the same things, then it's empty. And then where's your determination come from? Then it's like, what was you... I don't know. Or maybe if they got different goals, or maybe if they buy in a house, or... I don't know. I don't know, actually, I'm not sure. It's a tough one.
Kind of, it's not exactly the same, but in terms of like how you see value, you know, especially back in the day anyway, but people still have the same sentiments today. A lot of people say, you know what, athletes should never get paid as much as they get paid. Footballers, all this type of stuff. Do you agree with that? You know, the whole, why are they getting paid more than doctors? Why are they getting paid more than this person? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I don't agree with that at all. Obviously, things can, like, there's going to be a bubble in these markets. They can only get paid so much before it all comes crashing down. But people chat shit about footballers getting paid how much this a week and basketballers earning this and whatnot. And what no one's missing is that not one of them don't earn close to their bosses. You get me? The people that own the clubs, the football clubs and the basketball clubs, can afford to pay all these wages to everybody. They're facilitating everything. You know what I'm trying to say? So what? Ain't they getting too much money? You know what I'm trying to say? The people that are actually putting in the work, putting boots on the ground and entertaining us, And obviously the job might not be as serious as a doctor or whatever, but doctors don't command that kind of revenue and that kind of money. These TV deals, they're paying the Premier League 1 billion or 2 billion or whatever to show the games. There's a demand for it. People are watching it. There's entertainment in it. You know what I'm trying to say? And you might not care about sports like that, but there's some people that sports is their life. Their team is their tribe, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? That and they love it. So the effects that it's having is different on different people. You can't speak to what the value of sports is. Everybody's different, innit? If you don't like it, you don't like it. Sure. Some people paying all this kind of money, giving Sky £100 a month so they can watch their team and thing like that. You get what I'm trying to say? So whatever they're doing. And whatever this money generates, it's what it generates. How come no one ain't saying nothing about the boss?
Yeah.
You're moaning about the workers. Like, they're getting an equal share of, and it might not even be an equal share either. You know what I'm trying to say? That, but they're getting a share of what their blood, shed and tears is earning, bro. I'm not begrudging them.
Yeah.
No way. I don't think, like, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Give them, again, anytime people chat shit about anything, I just think about the owners. And I think, how come no one don't say nothing about the owners? You know what I'm trying to say? That you want to put a price cap on what these companies are earning or something like that, then that's what you need to do, because as long as the money's there, them man there that's running around up and down every day deserve a share of it, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? That I'm not hating on no one.
Well, saying that, you mentioned the whole price cap, do you feel like there should be some type of price cap or profit cap for certain companies? And then anything above that, pretty much the government takes the better society or whatever they want to say it's for.
It's easy to say that from the outside looking in, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I want to be hugely successful, would love to be rich and stuff like this, all these things, But like, I don't, like, there is a there is a level that I'll be happy at. Like, I don't need all the money in the world. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's only so much I'm gonna be able to do with it. And there's some people who feel that. There's some people that want every penny, like every crumb, and they don't want to do nothing. They just want to sit on the like Scrooge McDuck or whatever. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, and that's on them, innit? Like, but I don't need all the money in the world. But also, it's not my place to begrudge anybody that's worked and earned it and that's got what they got in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, who are we to cap it? If I could earn more, if I can do this, then this is what I'm doing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, this is what I've got. And if I was in their position and I've got a successful business set up and I'm making money hand over fist, and then some other people want to come talk about it, want to try and cap what I'm. What's you brokies? Get out of my business, man. Like, what the fuck is that talking about? Like, cap. Like, allow me. It's for me to do whatever I want. I don't know. I have to raise these human beings so humans can be better. I don't know if you want them to do philanthropy and give back or whatever, but I don't be getting involved in other people's business. Like, cause everybody's story is different, innit? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That. So I can't hate you because you got all of that. Yeah. Like, whatever you done, you took the steps to make it and to get it. And I suppose, yeah, you deserve it. In an ideal world, it would be nice to share it and spread it or help where you can, because that would fix a lot of the problems in the world. There's like the small percentage of the people got all the money, and if they spread it around, there'd be a lot of problems that you can help with: food, healthcare, housing, all of these things, innit? In an ideal world, you would hope humans would want to come together and help and pattern, but I mean, that's not my story. I don't know if it's my place to say anything about what anybody's doing, because I know what I'm like, innit? Yeah. So if it's mine, you think you can tell me what to do
This is it.
with my stuff, bro? I'm gonna do what you know me. I'm gonna do what I'm doing, bro. I'll tell you, shut up. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't get involved in other people's business. It just is what it is. I just have to accept it.
Okay. And what do you think of the idea that basically, like back in the day, right? Because I was watching something online. I can't remember where it was. They kind of paralleled it where a situation back in the day, for example, let's just say the people got restless, especially under the Roman Empire, right? When the people got restless, the emperor would kind of throw some big games, right? Gladiators would come out, or especially during the time of persecution of Christians, would get them throw the Christians to the lions, and to get the people focused on the games and take away their focus from all the nonsense that's happening with the
Distractions.
Exactly. Do you feel like those things are happening today? And do you feel like it's intentional? Or is it more so coincidence that, you know, I don't know, there's a Russia-Ukraine war and they're trying to make Putin look bad, even though Putin's responsible for aid to Africa, and I don't know.
Could you give me examples of today's games? Like you're saying, they've run distractions, so they throw the games. Okay. Could you give me a modern day example of what could potentially be a distraction?
Aliens. So now all of a sudden, Congress is speaking about it. They're allowing the discussion to be had. They're now saying they may look into certain files, right? And now the discussions about aliens. Like, this is unprecedented. Like, for thousands of years, people have kind of documented seeing certain things, but nobody believed it. The masses haven't seen it, right? And now all of a sudden, especially since the last 100 years, within the last 100 years, since the 30s or so, when people started talking about UFOs, UAPs, this, that, and the third, no one really cared to really put it to the forefront to have a serious discussion about. Now it's in Congress. Could that be the distraction for example, another pandemic? Could that be the distraction to kind of, I don't know, do some secret something and get Putin out of there, like they did Saddam Hussein? I don't know.
I would believe that whether it's done on purpose or not, like, they don't miss the opportunity for a rollout, innit? These people are smart. So I would be of the mindset that all this stuff is happening in order for them to roll out some new kind of changes, some new kind of, whether it be technology, some new kind of rules. You get me? Them, like, I don't know, taking away more of our freedoms in the name of keeping us safe.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, this is what they do, because we've seen it too many times. Anyone that's a historian can go and see too many times in the world where they've done this stuff, and then like, and even in recent history, like, now that everything's changed, like, I don't really hear much about like terrorism anymore. If if that makes sense. I'm not saying they don't exist, but the way it was just bombarding us in the forefront of like everything was terrorism. That was life. Terrorism was life, yeah. And now, not so much. You know what I'm trying to say? We're all right, kind of like we're safe. There might be still little things and little insurgents, but it's not the direct immediate threat that they made out and how they was making out and pushing it in the media every day and whatnot. And that says a lot to me when I see it, because it's like they don't need that agenda no more. Yeah, they're gonna move on. They got everything what they wanted from the things. They got the security and at the airports and the travels and needing the visas and putting people on fly lists and having cameras everywhere and being able to record you and all this like everything that they needed from terrorism. They've got now. Yeah. So then now it's at the back burner. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And then they'll find a new agenda to push to the forefront. So I could see the aliens. I don't know what. But I could see all that alien stuff leading to like, look, man, we need to like, there's aliens killing, man. We need to, we need to pattern up. We need to put stuff in you. We need to put this chip in you to make sure you got human DNA, because there's aliens living among us. Yep. And to make sure to know that you are part of the human race, we need to do this to you. You know what I'm trying to say? And if you don't do it, you're enemy or you're alien, basically, like you know, like that kind of shit. I can see all that kind of shit definitely, because these people are too smart for their own good. Like, don't sleep on them. Like, they shaped the world and led us and walked us to where we are here now, whether you realize it or not. Whether it's done in the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I could 100% see that. I could believe that still. You know, like I question everything. I don't trust nobody and for no reason as well. You don't even have to do nothing for me not to trust you.
That's just the default.
Yeah, straight.
All right, but before we wrap up, you mentioned the thing about what was it? Yeah, the chips to prove for humans. Yeah, if that sort of thing was rolled out in the next 20 years, two things. If that was rolled out in 20 years, and let's just say, God forbid, there was another pandemic next year, do you feel like everyone would take the jabs again? Number one, the majority, like they have with the COVID-19, right? And number two, do you feel like everyone will be scared doing the whole 2 meters, face masks, buying all the toilet rolls? Do you think everyone's going to behave the same? Do you think the government will be able to say things, make everyone go out there and do what they're saying? Again, washing your hands for 5 minutes under the hot water and all them type of things there with anti-bac. Like, will that happen again? Or have the people learned?
I think you'll be surprised. I think they rolled out that test and it worked, and they got the majority of the people to dance to their tune. And I think you'll be surprised how obedient people can be. I think the majority. I actually believe the majority will do it all again.
Same.
I believe the majority will do it all again. Yeah. It would be a minority that will want to stand up and all that and just get pushed into the outcast and stuff like that. Like, it's always the majority is always going to toe the line. You know, like when you watch them films like old school Demolition Man and Total Recall and all these funny things, and they've always got the what they call them, like, you know, like the rebels. The rebels, and the rebels ain't living with society. The rebels are underground, living bad, doing raids on the city and whatnot. And them men was painted to be the monsters and this and that and whatnot. Yeah. And now we're living and growing up and living and looking back, and it's like, oh shit, the rebels were just the people that just wanted freedom, that didn't want to take the chips, that didn't want to be ruled by you lot. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and then you lot forced them underground and shunned them and calling them terrorists and thing like. This is what you lot be doing to humans in real life and shit. This is crazy. You get me? But the majority always told the line though. You get me? Like, because no one don't want to live like that and be outcasted and shunned by society. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then it's people that like probably haven't lived in the workforce and were criminals and stuff anyway, and don't look at the government and society how it is. That's easier to make that transition and say, right, you know what? I'm gonna be a rebel. So it's gonna be populated with criminals, and then you're gonna, and then you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it's all fucked up. They think they're clever, but to answer your question, I think people will toe the line, man. People will listen. I can't believe how much people actually listened to the government and stuff like that. Like people, that's why people are crying about Boris parties and stuff like that. Because there was so many people that actually listened. Exactly. There was so many people who did not hug their loved ones. Yes. Like, would not touch them. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, wouldn't go and hug their mum on their birthday, bro. They wouldn't do it because Boris told them not to. And then they went and got jabbed up and stuff like that. And it's like, you know what? It's not. I can't blame you for being scared because you don't know what you don't know, innit? And we're living through times all this stuff's unprecedented. But that's on you, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I lived through COVID, brother, and I was there and I spent time with my people, bro, with my family on their birthdays, and we saw each other, bro. Like, because what the fuck? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what are you talking about? Like, whatever. And I was like, I ain't took no jab. I was straight, and I caught COVID, and I lived and all that. So whatever, like that was on whatever you went through, and whatever. I'm not like belittling your experience or whatever, but that's on you lot. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you just listen to anything this man said. This man told you that you can't have sex, you can't do nothing, and then woke up one day and went and things said, oh, actually no, it's all right, you can do it now, and then you lot went and done it. And that mentality, that's on you lot. That's got nothing to do with me. You get me? Like,
and do you feel like? Because I feel like the indoctrination is so entrenched, that they will still defend why they did it. Because some of them will still be here and say to you, it's people like you that made it so that we had to do that, and people died and all this type of stuff. All the crazy figures, they're saying it's people like you guys who didn't get the jab, who didn't listen to Boris, who didn't do so and so. They would not take the focus away from you, the rest of society who are open-minded, and put it to where it should go with the politicians. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what keeps it going for like over and over again. Yeah,
100%. And they would definitely say, it's the people like you that didn't take the jab, that was calling it in serial spreaders and whatnot. But it's like, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. You've just been duped and hoodwinked, Why do I need to take the jab, if everybody else has took it and whatnot? It's the same thing. If I caught it, if you're running around and you know you got COVID and you're running around, then cool, say man's a serial spreader. You can't say man's a serial spreader just because not having the jab, because I'm going to go through the same things that you're going. If I catch COVID now, I'm going to isolate. I have to isolate and I have to be in my yard. I'm not going to give it to nobody. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not going to give it to nobody. Plus, all you people that's got it should be immune about it now anyway. Like, so if everything what they were saying was true, I can't be the problem. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, if enough people, I can't be the problem. Unless you're telling me I'm running around sniffing, sneezing on people and like, I can't be the problem. I don't have COVID. You know what I'm trying to say? If I don't have it, so what do you mean I'm a serial spreader? Like, I don't have it. If I do have it, I don't have it to spread. If I do have it, I'm going to stay in my yard alone and isolate until it's gone. So what are you talking about? I haven't made the place any more dangerous or any less or worse because I haven't took this jab. Then you took the jab and was still getting it and stuff. Like what? Like, this is mental to me. Like, this is mental to me. I don't understand what you're talking about. But again, it's each to their own, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, each to their own. And if you say people like me are the problem, after that, I say, I've been a problem my whole life, man.
You know what the thing is, There's two things, and I don't want people to get confused because some people in chat are talking about mentioning the fact that, of course, you lived or we lived. Those who didn't take jabs are alive, right? But some people have lost people. Again, Margaret's not talking about being reckless and going out there with COVID and not caring. We was doing, everyone was doing the whole isolate when you got it. Hence, when I got it, I didn't come into into TBA.
Social distance, wearing my mask. We're doing this. I'm doing everything that you are telling us to do. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not outside being irresponsible and whatnot.
Exactly. But it speaks more to the whole jabbing thing. And again, even Stacey, she said, I don't care if people are anti-vax, do you? But I won't tolerate y'all spreading propaganda that it doesn't work. Y'all literally owe us a thank you. Again, I think one day...
thank you? The people that took it?
That took it.
Well, how did it work? What did they do?
I think one day we need to do a topic of the day on that because, I don't want to say that.
How did it work? What did it do? What's it done?
I think the fact that COVID subsided, I think they think it's down to them, innit? Who took the thingy.
All right, man. You know what? Big up yourself, man. Like, thank you, baby girl, man. Hey, thank you. I ain't even took it, so what am I thanking you for? What's it got to do with me? Nah, you know what?
We appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man. That's facts, man.
And for you lot who don't know, it's purely entertainment, guys. It's purely entertainment. We all took it, hence how we were able to travel and do all these other things. This is just for conversation.
Conversation purposes. All right. That's it.
I think we can move on from there.
All right, then. Let's get into some more headlines.
All right. So our next headline, yeah. This is a bit of a crazy one, yeah. Big up Christy. She sent me this particular, video of this anyway, and this ended up in the headlines. And basically, Twitter, or formerly Twitter, X CEO Elon Musk has accused black South Africans who sing "Kill the Boer," or Boer, however you want to pronounce it, of inciting the genocide of white people, right? But last year, a court threw out a similar hate speech claim made by a right-wing pressure group. So, the EFF party spokesperson, Sinawo Tambo, was speaking to BBC Newsday. EFF is the Economic Freedom Fighters, right? Speaking to them in an interview, said there's no causal link between the chants and actual violence being committed on anyone. The EFF leader, Julius Malema, led thousands of party faithful singing "Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer" at their 10-year anniversary rally at the weekend, right? Footage of the left-wing majority black audience chanting was posted on Twitter soon after, prompting Mr. Musk's reply that this was a call to white genocide and that South Africa's president must act, right? But Mr. Tambo says that that's all nonsense. He says it's a symbolic song that's part and parcel of the history of South Africa's liberation struggle and its colonial and apartheid domination. We chant it to reignite the passion and the flame, right? To chant against white supremacy as a system, to point out that the system of white supremacy that was presided over by predominantly white Afrikaner males or Boers must be destroyed. Our people are not irrational beings who will mistake a chant as an instruction to commit murder. There's an undermining of the intelligence of the African people that they would mistake a song as an instruction to do something. It's been 2 or 3 days now since the rally. There's been no deaths in South Africa, even though there were hundreds of thousands of people chanting that song. There hasn't been any genocide. There hasn't been any death of a white person as a result of that chant. We must be able to be logical about it. Some white nationalists in the US have claimed that there is this plot to wipe out white people in South Africa. Obviously, those white nationalists are diseased thinking animals, right, who don't know anything, right? But they say that white farmers are being increasingly targeted in murders. Yet, and this is the most important thing, there's no evidence to suggest that such murders are on the rise. This is white people being white people again. You know what I'm saying? But to be fair, if I was Elon Musk, I was white South African, who knows that my ancestors killed off many South Africans, stole their land, pillaged them, did it all the way up to the 90s, right? I would be scared too if I heard that, you know what I'm saying? But again, we don't behave like white people. We don't go around killing people mercilessly over nonsense. Yes, you may talk about Rwanda, but look at who caused it and look at who perpetrated it. But that's another story. Next headline, more positive news. I have to big up Nigerian Afrobeats musician Wizkid. Why? Because he's the first African artist to receive the Brit Billion Award, which recognizes artists who have achieved over 1 billion digital streams in the UK. I wish there was some horns, but there's no horns today. In a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, the Brit Awards said that they presented the gong to Wizkid after his recent performance at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London on Saturday. Since making his debut in 2011, Wizkid has become known for a plethora of hits like Essence, Ojo Elegba, and Joro. So many different songs, as you guys know, right? Some of his famous collaborations include artists from Beyonce and Drake to fellow Nigerian stars like Thames and Skepta, to name a few. His fourth album, Made in Lagos, was also awarded gold certification in the US in 2022 after selling more than 500,000 copies. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was yet another first for an African artist. So it was the first person to sell 500,000 copies, man. So big up Wizkid for just being an excellent artist, man. In my opinion, the greatest Afrobeats artist of all time, man.
Big him up, man.
Yes. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, and before I press... What's the next thing, the reaction?
Yeah.
All right, but before I get into it, would you really tackle the topic of the vaccine on topic of the day? Are you brave enough to do that? Will you do that? Because I can see Stacey going off in the chat. Yeah. She's onto the anti-vaxxers and stuff like that.
Do you know what? I probably won't do it soon. But what I'll do maybe is bring people in who were on the side of the anti-vax thing.
Okay.
Right. And again, a lot of the time, this is not anti-vaxxers. This is just anti-COVID vaxxers. You know, vaccines. You know what I'm saying? But maybe them people have more stats, more figures, can, you know what I'm saying, just draw that information just like that. Maybe if they're here, we invite them in and then have that conversation with people who are pro-vax, pro-COVID vaccines, then maybe, yeah.
Because like,
people are going to be offended. It's just one of those topics that, yeah, people believe what they believe, and I don't think any discussion will pretty much change it, to be fair.
yeah, but, yeah, you know what it is? I'm always offending people, man. So let me not today anyway. Let's get into the reaction. So, wait there. In reaction news, bruv, you see that we got England versus Nigeria in the last 16 of the World Cup.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't know, you know?
Yeah, you have to watch that, boy.
Yeah, definitely.
That one's gonna go off. Why do these scores always look the same? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm updating it, you know?
You've updated this, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So again, the Women's World Cup's going on right now.
What I was going to say is, do you know why? Sometimes, yeah, like, we get the first game. So, like, the Vietnam one and the Holland one, I think we got that yesterday because it was the first game of yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, but the rest of yesterday is included as well.
Okay, no, but I'm sure Portugal and USA 0-0. Did we say this? But anyway, results from the World Cup from Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe the first two, but definitely not the last two.
Okay, so England beat China 6-1, so a thumping, and Denmark beat Haiti 2-0. Yeah, I definitely ain't seen those. But yeah, Portugal and USA drew 0-0, and Holland beat Vietnam 7-0. So yeah. Wait.
What happened?
Huh?
What? Not much.
This wasn't not much. It's empty. This is
Yeah, that's what it was, man. I don't know what happened. All I saw was AC Milan and Barcelona. That's it.
I can't even speak on it. I didn't even see that. AC Milan lost 1-0 to Barcelona.
Yeah.
In a pre-season friendly. I couldn't even tell you how the game went, if I'm totally honest with you. I didn't know it happened until just now. I got no headlines to read. Nothing sports related. You want to say? What's going on?
Nothing really, you know. Dembele is going to be leaving Barcelona for PSG.
Yeah, I see that. Any sport? Actually, we can't even
call in. Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, we're a bit screwed, man. We're a bit.
Oh, remember the thing you mentioned earlier about the 4 Liverpool players?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can.
Yeah, well, that was wild. Oh, shit, how do we answer it? Let's see, 1 second, because we're our producer's gone, you see, so we're here by ourselves. Let's see if we can make this work. 1 second, keep ringing. Hello, caller? I can't hear anything.
God damn it. Yeah, I don't think this is. Yeah, it's not connected.
It's not connected?
Oh, actually, you know what? Let's try something else.
Let's see if this works.
Oh, actually, let's try this.
Hello? I can hear them.
Oh,
Hello?
yeah.
Caller?
Okay. Caller?
Yo, what are you telling me, Killy?
What are you saying?
Who's speaking?
Obviously, there's no reaction, so I just had a question. Obviously, you see the Waparu Onana Maguire?
With who? Oh, Onana and
Onana and Maguire, yeah.
Yeah, but I just think the reaction to that's been, I just think it's overdone, man. Who started that? Gabby Abonglaho, yeah? And no disrespect, Gabby, but you're shit, man. You just talk crap on TalkSport all day. And I'm nearly sure, yeah, the bosses at TalkSport have told him to act like this and say this stuff because he can't always have these bad takes. He can't be such a fucking idiot. Like, he can't be, like... I refuse to believe this man's just so stupid. Like, he's always chatting shit. You get what I'm trying to say? That. Do you agree with me or not? Do you think Gabby talks sense?
Nah, he chats shit, man.
He chats bare shit. And I think they do it on purpose. So he's made it a whole thing saying that Onana's made Maguire a scapegoat and he doesn't like it because he's an easy target and whatnot. This guy ain't never won nothing in his life, or maybe he has, I don't know. But it's like everybody sets different standards for themselves, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and if my man wants perfection and greatness, like, why not? If my man's one of the leaders on the team and you can watch him, maybe it might not have been his fault. Obviously, he played a pass. I think Eriksen didn't control it well and all that, yeah. But the whole last phase of that is him pointing at the ball, not running, You know what I'm trying to say? Not breaking a sweat
Yeah,
to get back.
Not even caring. Yeah,
Yeah, no care, lackluster, and like you're a leader on this team, bro. Like before the other day, yeah, you was the club captain, bro. Like you've got a better standard for yourself and a better examples. If I run out and tell you, yo, you idiot, don't do that again. Make sure, boom, boom, boom. That's not no. That's just facts. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it wasn't a big deal for me. I like to see it. You know what I'm trying to say? I like to see it. I like them. You gotta keep the back line true. You get me? Like as a goalkeeper, I don't really want to make no saves. You know what I'm trying to say? Like ideally, ideally, you would stop this ball from coming there. Like I don't want to make no. I'm the last resort. You know what I'm trying to say? And if people are just firing shots on my goal, rest of the days, because you ain't doing your job properly. So who's supposed to tell you not to do better? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, man, that just got blown all out of proportion.
I guess the only argument or probably devil's advocate I could say is I don't know if you beat Dortmund or something? Was it 3-2 or something?
No, we lost to Dortmund, no?
Oh, was it? Oh, David. So, but I think I saw the second goal was Yusufa Mukoko, and the ball came in, and Shaw literally lost his man, and there was no energy reciprocated. So maybe that was the only thing.
Yeah, I can see that. I do feel
what they're saying is, oh, you have better energy for Maguire, but when it's Shaw or actual first team players, you're hella quiet.
Don't you feel like the jeopardy is different? Don't you feel like it's different? So if it's remember, it's human nature, and they're only speaking like you get what I'm saying. So try and put themselves in man's situation in it. Yeah, I'm a goalkeeper. I'm supposed to stop you from scoring goals and stuff. Yeah, when people are making near misses and saves and all that, yeah, that feels different. The jeopardy is different because you feel like you're scared. That was a close call, innit? I want to make sure this don't happen again. So you're gonna react different. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When the ball goes in the back of the net, yeah, it's done. So I'm not saying it's right not to have the same energy, yeah. But like I was acting like this so I could prevent the ball going in the net. When the ball goes in the net, yeah, like it's done. Like you know what I'm trying to say? So even in that moment, he might feel as more deflated than making the save or the near miss. You're more excited, innit? You want to stop this, don't let this happen again. When the ball goes in the net, it's like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like you might not have that same vim. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, to be honest, I agree. To be honest, I was just playing devil's advocate. I agree.
Yeah, man. But who do you support?
It's me. It's French, man. It's for Arsenal, man. Come on, man.
Sorry.
Come on, man. Oh, yeah. So Brent, obviously, last time I
Brent's not here. Brent's not here.
It's not here.
No, Brent.
I was on to about Raya because Raya, you know.
Oh, Raya.
Yeah, but no, obviously, I don't want to take too much time. Oh yeah, no, actually, E-Man, obviously you weren't here last time for the boxing. So and obviously I was telling them that Inoue and Crawford are pound for pound top two. Yeah. But do you not agree? Do you not think it's close at all? You think it's Crawford on his ones and everyone else lagging behind?
No, I agree. Inoue is definitely number two. You know, I think he's definitely number two, or at least top three. But I do believe Crawford is definitely number one, though. I don't think Inoue is number one. I think Inoue is 2 or 3. But you know what the thing is? Like, Inoue is just doing some crazy things. Like, he's dominated he's about to dominate his fourth weight class. And what
that's what I'm saying. Like, you mean, yeah, man, because that's more than Crawford, man. But yeah, sorry, you were saying.
You see, you're about to say that though. But remember, Crawford came from what? I think 135, right? He got a world championship there, I think. Then he became undisputed at 140. He jumped to 147. He's become undisputed there as well. So 2 undisputeds, right? 3 weight classes, 3 weight class champion, I think, or maybe even 4. So he's done what Inoue has done, plus more. And potentially, it looks like he can go on to 154, probably win a world championship there as well.
Yeah, he beats Charlo easy. Facts, he beats Charlo.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine now.
He beats Charlo.
Imagine he does fight Charlo, and he becomes undisputed in 3 weight classes. Would it be crazy for us to now say that he's potentially? Would it be crazy for us to say potentially he's the best boxer of all time? Undisputed in the 4 belt.
Yeah, era. It would.
Undisputed in the 4 belt era. 3 times.
Okay. Because it's like, okay, let me try to bring Margs involved there. It's like, for example, I beat E-Man. So E-Man works hard to get. Yeah.
That's right, go on.
it's like E-Man works hard to get 3 belts,
Yeah.
and I beat E-Man to get 1 belt, and I get all 4 belts, and you're like saying, "Oh, I'm undisputed now." So like the way he got all the belts is kind of difficult. Do you know what I mean? So to be honest, I feel like we need to see a bit more because maybe even a rematch. To be honest, so I'm not even going to put Spence out here because the fact that he was able to say that I lost fair and square, I'm going to do better next time if there's a next time. Then bro, like I think we should put respect on him, man.
You know what?
To be honest,
you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I said exactly the same thing. I said Spence has had a much more harder route than Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at their resume, Spence has had it harder, 100%. To me, at welterweight, 100%. Because like he fought the best Porter there was. You know what I'm saying? And beat him. He fought the best Kell Brook there was, and beat him.
in his own backyard. In his own backyard.
Right? Came to the UK. He fought Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Like he fought like everyone. Ugas, thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? The whole top 5 welterweights. Spencer's beaten all of them, right? Then Crawford beat Jeff Horn to get the title, right? Then you fight Spence. But
and he'd be like 36-year-old Amir Khan.
Yeah.
He'd be like washed.
So let me ask you this,
yeah.
yeah? If there's 5 of us in the room,
Yeah.
and we're like, let's say we're the best FIFA players in the world, yeah. You go and you play 3 of them, yeah. You have like, I don't know if it's close games, 2-1, 3-0, whatnot. You beat them, yeah, and you've got their championship as far as this FIFA crown, yeah. I've played them, even if it's after you, I've played a couple of them, I'll beat them too, yeah. But you are on this roll, as far as we're concerned, it's looking like you're the best in this room, yeah. And then I play you, yeah, and I batter you 5-0.
Yeah.
I'm talking levels. You was never even in this game. Like, I just whooped you, yeah. I don't necessarily need to play the rest of these men clearly ain't levels.
You do, man.
I don't,
because you see what.
Not necessarily, bro. Because why do I need to? Like, you're the best out of these. You're the best. You're the representation out of these, man. You cook these men up.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a thing for me. You're over there sweating with these men. It wasn't even a thing for me. I don't necessarily have to drop down a level now and come and play these man, bro.
Nah, man.
Like, even if you might want to see me play them, yeah. But I'm allowed to say, yeah, I am the best in this room.
No, you're right.
Like, facts, I'm the best in this room. You struggling with these monkeys, and I just come and cooked him up.
Yeah.
I'm the best in this room, bro. Like, you ain't ready for me. And that's what the thing. There's levels and brackets, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So you're good to a certain standard. Yeah, cool. But then just now, I just proved that
man.
when you come over here, it's all different again, Killy.
Nah, because it's, you know, thing is styles makes fights, man. And the second thing is, bro, you know the thing where I could bring it to football where, you know, just people have bogey teams where my style is good enough to beat all these, man. And they're not stupid. They're world champions. So my style is good enough to beat 3 of the 4 world champions. Your style is potentially just good enough to beat me. And to be fair to Crawford, that doesn't really apply to his case because he banged everyone out. But it's like you playing. It's like me playing doing a race against the E-Man at 25. I'm waiting until he's 35. Be like, oh, let's race now, brother. You're old. You're not the same guy as you was 4 or 5 years ago. So to be honest, I hear what you're saying, yeah, but I just feel as though we need to see more. That's what I'm saying. But to be fair to Crawford,
No, what I was going to say is, yeah, again, you're both making good points here, but I think the difference is with Crawford is we've seen enough for us to think it was a 50-50 fight, even without fighting Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Even fighting a washed up Kell Brook, an old Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? Beating Porter. You know what I'm saying? Even though that Porter to me wasn't the same Porter. That Porter to me was thinking about retirement. He had already retired. You know what I'm saying? But again,
when he was bagging his hands on the ring, on the canvas.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and his dad knew it. This is why his dad said, "Look, at the end of the day, you ain't got it in you. I've seen it in training. Let me just end the fight now." You know what I'm saying? Because Porter wasn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, though, despite all of that, we have seen the skill and even the power of Crawford. You know what I'm saying? For us to think, you know what, this is going to be a 50-50 fight. To me, deep down, like I said before, I was rooting for Spence, but deep down, I kind of knew Crawford would win the fight. And one of the reasons is because to me, I believe, again, this may seem kind of controversial, but I feel like Spence has taken too much punishment. he's taken a lot of punishment in those fights. You know what I'm saying?
Car crash as well. Car crash.
And the car crash.
Yeah.
Like, as much as he's come back and said, "Oh, it didn't affect me," as much as he came back and beat Ugas, beat Garcia convincingly, right? There's no way it doesn't have a effect stress-wise on your body. There's no way. And I think Spence came into that fight worried about getting hit by Crawford, and you could see it from round one. And when he did get hit by Crawford, immediately game plan went out the window. He was just overreaching. He was moving back in a straight line. Yeah. Basic things that Spence doesn't typically do on a regular basis, he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, that's kind of unfair for us to put that on Crawford, because Crawford could only fight who's in front of him. And when he's fought them, he's finished them all. You know what I'm saying? And when he fought Spence, when he fought Spence, he treated Spence like his child, like he said. You know what I'm saying? And you're even saying it now that he can go up and beat Charlo. However,
154.
Yeah, and this is another thing that I agree with. Yeah, Charlo has got all 4 belts, right? If Crawford beats him, it is kind of like an easy way for him to become undisputed. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, because it's like, brother, you just came to beat. Yeah.
I do agree with that.
But obviously, that people want to talk. I saw Kevin say he wants to call after, so I've got things to do anyways. But no, Mugs, catch it a bit. E-man, love, broski.
Right,
I'll catch you.
Safe,
love, boys.
All right, Kevin, if you want to call up. But yeah, man. But boxing's I love the sport, man. I love boxing, man. Again, I know we kind of touched on it yesterday. Daniel Dubois and Usyk, yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like he does have a puncher's chance though?
I feel like everybody's got a puncher's chance. When you're at that weight,
yeah.
I think all heavyweights have a puncher's chance. I'm not even gonna lie. You can't write someone off. It just takes one punch to check somebody out of that building. You know what I'm trying to say? We've seen it happen to many a good boxer. Mm-hmm. So to say he's not got a puncher's chance would be rude. So yeah, he's definitely got a puncher's chance.
But okay, we got a call. I think it's Kevin, you know. Good morning.
What's going on, my brother?
Yes, Kevin. What are you saying? You all right?
You good? Yeah, I'm good, you know, living and loving.
Welcome, King.
Living and loving. Yes, Mark, well, I'm kidding.
You all right?
Yeah. So, I hear what you're saying about Errol and whatnot, but in all fairness, Errol's main skill set has always been his toughness.
Yeah.
He's never been that level of skillful boxer, like a Floyd or like even a Loma. You know? The main thing about Errol has always been he's a dog, you know? He went to the Floyd Mayweather gym and he was fighting, man, doing the dog fights, doing the 15 rounds, sparring with different men and all them things there. Like, his main asset's always been his toughness. And in boxing, toughness cannot be your main asset.
Yeah.
Like, you will find a brother who's tougher than you. There's always some guy out there who's tougher than you. Boxing's about your brain and your skill set. Like, this is high level, high speed chess. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay, but Kevin, saying that though, to be fair, this may not be a good example, right? But when he fought Mikey Garcia, yes, Mikey Garcia is a natural 140, 144 guy, right? But that was much more boxing skill, right? You know, that Spence showed.
Mikey Garcia was a bum, bro. Like, let's be fair, man. Let's keep it 100.
That's not fair though. He was a
Mikey Garcia never. He got a little one name before he beat when he beat up. What is that? I think he beat up Broner.
Broner.
Yeah, that gave him a little one piece name. But let's be real, like, he was never ever anything in boxing worth talking about at any point.
Serious? World champion though.
Never.
He went 40 fights undefeated.
There's whole heap of men who have been world champions and you don't hear their name ever again.
That's true.
Yeah. That's true.
Whole heap of man. Like, you look through the boxing annuals, there's tons of them, brother, left and right. You know, it's defenses, it's the names that you beat, the amount of champions that you fought. And I think Mikey Garcia probably fought about 3 or 4 champions in his whole career, and he lost to probably 2 of them.
What is it about Crawford?
You know what
Why
I'm
do
saying?
people hate on him? Like, what is it about him that rubs people the wrong way? I don't get it.
He doesn't fall into the mainstream category of today, what people want. They want to see brothers doing up fly. You see how Javante wears big chains, and even Errol with the lifestyle, with the Ferraris, and Crawford's a country boy, brother. That brother don't do nothing but go boxing, come home, go boxing again. He don't care about no clothes labels. He don't care about nothing like that.
Yeah, facts.
And as a fighter, that's a fighting lifestyle. That's how you're meant to live if you want to be a fighter. You can't have this interest in the gal and the money and them are the things that mash up your head. The cars, the showy. Like when we call that going soft. You see, like Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman got married. Keith Thurman went from being a boxing monster to like this soft, broken man. Now, when you look at him, he don't even look like a young man no more.
Facts. That's facts right there. Because Thurman was the best.
Like, we call it going soft. You remember in Rocky? You remember in Rocky when he said, you're going soft, bro. You're going soft. You're being civilized. That's that same thing, brother. Like, this is about not getting civilized. You see what I'm saying? These men, you're in the ring beating up another man for money. This is not a civilized sport, even though it's a gentleman doing it. You know, like when you start going all soft and you're focusing on the gal and the money and the clubs and the dressing up and trying to look good, and you've already lost. You've already gone.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
But saying that though, Kevin, though,
only a few men. Only a few men have ever been able to pull that off.
Exactly. I was just about to say. You know what? Yeah. I think I was reading something briefly. From Carl Frampton. And he was talking about. To him, Crawford beats Floyd. What do you think about
that? I think it would be a hell of a fight, but I don't know. I do not act like this. I think Crawford walks with any of the greats. But to say that he beats them is a stretch because them man were great for a reason, you know. Floyd's level of defense means that would have been like Wilfred Benitez versus Sugar Ray back in the daytime. That's what type of fight that would have been. It would have been a real chess match, and I wouldn't put my money straight on Crawford because Floyd's level of boxing was higher from a younger age.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah, Floyd,
Crawford has developed well.
Floyd's cold. One thing I will say though, in watching that fight, because I was so impressed. I was so impressed with like just his boxing IQ and his ability and that counter punching. And one thing I will say, I haven't seen counter punching and accuracy displayed like that since Floyd was in the ring. That's one thing I can say. I don't know who beats who or whatever. But when I was watching that, I was looking, thinking, whew.
Crazy, innit?
Like, you get what I'm trying to say? This is serious stuff.
Yeah.
So,
it was
100%. 100%. It was crazy. It was crazy. The level of precision. But that's what I'm saying. He's been, you have to remember this, like, boxing's a mad sport. Like, I had like 78 fights. Like, if you're not liked by the people who run the business up top, you ain't getting pushed through.
Yeah.
Who had 78
Errol's
fights?
had this.
Kevin, you know.
Don't throw that.
78 fights.
Don't throw that there. How many wins did you get, Killy?
71.
Jeez.
All right. Where's
we ain't got no horns, man.
We ain't got no horns, man. Facts. Those is facts, yeah?
100% facts, man. You see, I'm boxing, man. Boxing since I was 8 years old, bro.
All right. Big up yourself, man. Come on, man. Trying to make the gal them lose their
but
mind in the chat.
But I'm saying though, if they don't like you, the people who run the business up top, if you don't kiss the right hands and do the right things, then you ain't gonna get pushed. Like Errol's an Olympian. He had that media machine behind him from the very beginning of his career.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Just like AJ, just like a lot of these Olympic fighters, like a lot of these men here are all have a certain machine put behind them. But you go into the gym and you'll see them sparring with brothers who are beating the shit out of them, bro.
Yeah, that's facts.
but they ain't liked. They ain't kissing the right hands, or they ain't from the right background, or they don't know how to sell themselves, and they ain't got the right personality. So it creates that problem. There's a lot of fighters out there who are better than what we see, but they just don't get that love in the light.
Yeah, there's a lot of politics in boxing as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, brother, it's horrible, fam. It's one of the worst things about boxing. This is one of the reasons why I stayed amateur, because it's hard to go. When you go pro, you've got to do all of the politics, all of the selling yourself, the selling the tickets. Like, some men are just built for fighting. They don't know how to sell themselves. They don't know how to talk or press conferences and do all of this stuff. You know, and Crawford is a great example of that. He's not got the greatest personality. He doesn't shine across. Andre Ward was a victim of that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Andre was one of the best fighters we've seen of his generation. Definitely. And just because people, he just didn't come across to people in the right way, he never got that same love that he should have got throughout his career. But he fought all the big dogs.
Yeah. He beat them all, never lost. Yeah, serious guy.
Beat them all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nice. So boxing is one of them funny sports, man. Like, Crawford's just unlucky, but I'm delighted that he's getting his flowers now, because he deserves it. Facts. He's putting that work. Yeah, you know. And to me, like I hear what you're saying earlier, man. But beating up a little Mikey Garcia, did you see how big Errol looked in that fight? Do you remember that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Remember how big he looked? Like, Mikey was balling out. I heard Mikey ball out in pain when he was getting hit, because this brother was like a monster. He was like, like Errol just ran into a brother who's got a higher level of skill and just as much toughness and desire. But to be fair as well, Errol's career is kind of on that teetering point, because you can't get thrown out of a car at 100 miles per hour and think that you can go and play high level sports.
This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I was saying. And this is not making excuses for Spence, right? But it's just the reality. He's not the same guy. He can't be. He can't be. You know what I'm saying?
It's physically impossible, brother. Like, boxing takes years. Every time you get in that ring, even if you're sparring, you leave something in that ring every single time. Yeah. Like, you to get thrown out of a car and then think you can go and fight at the highest level of sports again, straight against big boys. You can go and fight at Ugas, but even in the Ugas fight, he got hurt.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he said that this is what was said, right? When Ugas hit him, he looked down because he was looking for his teeth.
Yeah.
He thought they got knocked out.
Yeah.
Like your body can't never really be right. So even if he goes up to 154, I don't really see it make that much difference. And if I'm honest with you, he ain't got no punching power. Who's the last person he knocked out that was worth talking about?
Yes, it's been a while, man.
You're gonna go up to 154. There's some big boys up there, you know.
Yeah.
There's some big killies up there, brother. They hit hard. Like the Charlos and that boy there, they got knockout ratios. Yeah. Everyone's got body work. They ain't gonna see you through. Like, if anything, Errol's best option is to sit down for a while, a long while. I would say a year, maybe even 2.
But that's the thing, though. He did that.
Killed him the last time, man. Like, you wanted to lose now to sit down for 2 years and come back and fight who and do what? He needs to get.
Maybe he should just retire, bro. Maybe he should just retire.
That's what Stephen A said. That's cooking it through.
And no, but this is what I said when I called in that day as well. That, like, to me, it's like he's at that point where he has to really think about it. Because like Kevin's saying, at 154, yes, he'll be more comfortable. But them guys are natural 154s. They've been there for years. It's going to be different. The power is going to be different. And to be fair, I feel like Spence, I personally think he'll thrive at 154, right? But in the back of my mind, I keep thinking, can his body take it? Because seeing what happened against Crawford, I don't think he can. Not anymore. I don't think so.
Well,
it's not just that he don't have the power. You need power, man. To these big brothers you're fighting at 154, you need to be able to keep them off you. And if you can't hurt them, you ain't got that type of punch, knockout power, or at least enough power to make a man respect you, then toughness is going to get you through. All toughness does is get you a worse beating. That's exactly what happened that we watched on the weekend. It made your beating worse because you're so tough that you can't quit.
He was tough to be fair, though.
So what, Kevin, would you have thrown in the towel?
He was brave. Yeah, really. Listen, by the 5th or 6th round, if that was my fighter, I'm telling him, listen, son, I'm not putting you back out there. because you can't win this. You can't come back on points. You're not hurting the guy.
You ain't got no moves for him. Yes.
You know what I'm on there, Marks? You're done. So you may as well just walk away and live another day in it. Like, you're rich, you've got kids, you've got family. Go and do your thing, bro. Like, you made the big money. You got what you came into this game for. You became a champion, and you're rich.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Yeah. Kevin, before you go, what do you think about the Usyk Dubois fight? And do you think Joyce has a chance against Zhang in the second fight?
Again, Joyce is the prime example of what we just talked about in terms of toughness. You have no skill, but you tough. But eventually, you're gonna meet a guy who's way tougher than you.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it changes very much in the next fight, if I'm honest with you. Okay. And the Boys versus Usyk, it's such a great fight. But the Boys does throw, he does land, and he has got good legs. I know the Boys. I've met him a good few times down in Miguel's in Brixton. He's a good guy, and he's a real boxing guy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, in terms of like a competitive fight, I think it's more of a competitive fight than most of the fights that he could have picked, if I'm honest with you. Yeah. But
because
I'm gonna, Usyk should be able to do it. Mm-hmm. But don't be surprised if Daniel lands a big shot, because at heavyweight, all it takes is one shot. It just takes one. That's true. Touch you on your chin funny and your legs start dance.
Yeah, but it's where it is. But the thing is, though, I think one of AJ's best performances, was against Usyk in the second fight, right? And AJ wasn't able to get Usyk out of there. The boys don't have the skill of AJ, right? You know what I'm saying? He may have the power, but I don't think he's got the skill to actually get into those positions and hurt Usyk. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I would say Du Bois is more skillful than AJ. I'm not going to lie.
What? More than AJ? You think so?
Yeah. Like, if you look at the amount of punches that he can throw in a round and the different punches that he can throw, AJ is a big, strong dude. That's what makes AJ. Like, he's not the most skillful boxer. Remember how many times we've heard people moan about him and talk about how he wants to be a boxer? And that was AJ's biggest fault, is that he started playing chess and he wanted to become this boxer instead of the monster that he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he did well in that second fight, but in reality, if you watch that fight back again, he was trying to not get knocked out. That was his main thing, was to not get knocked out and not get beaten up too bad. Like, AJ, again, this is the same sort of thing. We're going to repeat it again, man. Rocky, man, you're getting civilized. All that money civilized AJ's mind up. He was no longer that monster from the ends no more. He's no longer Big Femi.
That's what he just needs to be. He just needs he don't need no training. I think he just needs to sit down with a psychologist just to change his mindset. And he just needs to be evil. And he needs to go into the ring looking to hurt people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But unfortunately, brother, when you're eating thick cut sirloin steak, you don't have no desire to hurt anybody.
Yeah, that just needs to be a
desire to hurt people disappears, brother. You're living good. You're rich. You gotta throw and pump back you left and right.
Forget IQ, chess, and whatnot. He's a big you, and you see if his aim was to hurt people, he would more often than not, regardless of the outcome of the fight. I don't know, like, you get what I'm trying to say. But if his aim and his intentions was to inflict damage, he would.
Yeah.
You get me? I don't know, man.
But see, Marks, you've been around the man, them, and it's not about the size, it's about the monster in the man, right? There's little man them who are monsters and they ain't playing on the roads and they will hurt you. But like, if you ain't got that monster in you, after you've already gone away now and you've lived good, happy life, and you want to come back around the ends and do a monster, that monster ain't there no more. It's gone.
Sad story, man.
You can't even force it. You want to try and force it, but you can't even force it. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is, man.
Thanks for the call, Kevin, man. You made the reaction proper.
My brothers, love and that as always. TDA to the world, yeah.
All right, then. Say nothing.
Safe, man.
Let's get into this outro. Is that what you done? Done it?
Yeah, it went straight to it. I'll just skip it again.
Go on. I saw something this morning, like just a little joke, bantery thing that I wanted to put on, but I forgot to send it to Brent and he's not here anymore, so...
Okay, cool.
You get what I'm saying?
We'll save it for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll save it for tomorrow, man. So, yeah, man, that's the end of the show, man. Thanks for tuning in, people. It's boys only for the rest of the week. You get what I'm trying to say? The girls are taking a break. Remember, it's Esther's birthday. Go and find her on her socials and wish her a happy birthday, please.
Yes.
Do that for us.
Oh, can I just tell the people we got a guest on Friday?
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Stay tuned, people, man. You're going to like the guest, man. Afrobeat artist.
All right, then.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's in the country, he's promoting, doing his thing. Yeah, man.
All right, then. It's going to be good. I'm going to have to make sure I brush up on my Afro beats. You know I think that the community is still at the top of the page, apparently. It should be there.
Yes,
Join
it is, yeah.
Yeah. All that good stuff. And that's it from us, man. We're out of here, man. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow, man. Same time, same place, people, man. But yeah, man, love yous all, man. Each and every time.
Peace.
Peace.